Hey guys, BriarRabbit here, and I have been so wrapped up in free-for-all in Call of Duty Ghosts. It's just so much fun that I've almost ignored all the other game types. So I figured today I'd play a few different game types and kind of get my feet wet with a couple of them. Now, I've played TDM before, that's what this is. I've played some Cranked before. Well, I played most of the game types, and I enjoy all of them, but for me, free-for-all was missing in Black Ops 2. It was there, but it just wasn't that much fun to play. The score streaks were too hard to earn. They were too high. It cost too many kills to get to them, and it just wasn't as much fun as free-for-alls in Call of Duty past. So having a really good free-for-all in Call of Duty Ghosts has been really fun for me. So I've been really enjoying that. So here I am with some TDM, and I had to switch up my playstyle a little bit to get back into the swing of things with TDM. You know, you got to get used to those group spawns and the spawns flipping and kind of relearn where those spawn points are. Strike Zone, perfect map to kind of figure out the spawn points on, because it's much slower. It's a much faster paced map. I'm sorry, it's much smaller. It's a much faster paced map. It's a really fun map for TDM, I find, because there's always action. You really get into the action very quickly, and it's never a boring like walk to the other side of the map to find the enemy team, which maps like Stonehaven can be. Don't get me wrong, I kind of like Stonehaven. I tend to bring a sniper or an MR28 over there, and I have a pretty good time, but it's definitely a slower game type, or a slower map to play. You're not going to rack up those kills quite as quick. But if you can get a score streak going, kind of get those helicopters up in the air, you can actually have a pretty good time on Stonehaven. So I've been playing a little bit of TDM today, and I'm having a pretty good time. Like I said, I had to switch up some of my classes a little bit. I'm using the ARX with a muzzle brake, and I think I got extended mags on here. I find that extended mags are great for TDM because you often run into a group of enemies all at once and need to spray them down. Hopefully you spray them down and don't get sprayed down yourself. I don't find that the silencer is as necessary, especially on this map, because it's so tight quarters that you almost always are expecting somebody to be around the corner anyway, so you never really feel like you're hiding or staying off the map by using a silencer. So I tend to go with the muzzle brake. It's a little more useful, gets those kills just a little bit quicker, but with the extended range. I like this gun overall. It's a very fun gun. It kills pretty quickly. It's got decent accuracy. It's really good up close with that laser sight. Overall, I quite enjoy it. I don't love it as much as the Honey Badger. The Honey Badger, to me, is kind of my favorite gun, my favorite assault rifle. I really like the MSBS, but I tend not to use it because, well, let's face it, it's overpowered, and it can be frustrating to come up against, and I realize that, and for some reason I just I feel like fairness should count, so I don't use it, and there's really no reason not to use it because it's a great gun. And to be honest with you, I don't see it that much online, even though it is definitely an overpowered weapon. I think that may be because it's a 3-burst kill, or a 3-shot burst weapon, and those are a little harder to use. So I think that, you know, even though everybody knows it's technically overpowered, if you don't have the skill to handle it, then that doesn't really matter. So yeah, I've been using the ARX 160 in TDM quite a bit. It works out pretty well. I also been using, what is it, the MR28. I always want to call it the MK24, but it's the MR28. It's the single-shot marksman class weapon. And the nice thing about that weapon is it comes with a grip. It's very, very accurate, even when you're really spamming that trigger. And it kills in 2 or 3 shots. Sometimes I think it can take up to 4 shots if you have a silencer on it. But it's very, very quick to kill with. It's a very fun gun. If you use steady aim on it, it's even pretty deadly up close. So if you get yourself kind of in close quarters combat by accident, you can get it in and out of it. I've also been messing around with some of the snipers, and the L115 seems to be a decent gun. Right now, all I've got on it is a chrome barrel, and every once in a while I'll put the thermal scope on it, but I don't think I like the thermal scope on the snipers. Snipers are not necessarily something that I've really been into in the past, but I feel with this gun, or with this game, since the maps are so much bigger, I find that the snipers they change up the gameplay a little bit. Quick scoping doesn't seem to be as prominent in this game yet. That may just be because people haven't gotten used to it, or it may be because we're still early in this game's life cycle. But I like the way snipers play right now. You know, people are kind of sitting back, hiding in little corners, trying to snipe. That's how snipers should work, I think, right? And it's annoying to be shot by one of those, but once you learn the maps, you kind of tend to remember where those guys are, where they tend to hide, and check those corners when you're walking by, because there might be one in there, and it's a pretty easy kill if you catch one off guard. And that is pretty much going to wrap up this gameplay. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. It really helps me grow the channel. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.